AI smart wearables are about to become 24/7 all access surveillance to literally everything about us. So before I get into that, guys, I hope you're all proud of me. This is 2 days straight. I'm a productive princess. I've only got 40 minutes to get all the errands done that I need doing. Recording a video, getting fresh air, doing the damn thing. I just woke up yesterday feeling motivated, and today I woke up feeling motivated. This is a miracle. Anyway, so I really want to talk to you guys about this because in the midst of getting my life together and thinking about the things. So one of the things I've been wanting to actually get is, the smart glasses. Smart glasses would be a game changer for me, especially in terms of content creation. I'm not one who gets caught up in buying the latest new things because I feel like it's all just the same thing. Also, I know who's funding these things, so I don't want to really be involved. But there's certain times where I'm like, you know what? Having a mobile device, for example, and my computer and everything, for the sake of doing the things I'm doing, it's worth it. But so I've seen a lot about wearables and then also the fitness element. I remember the actual thing I wanted to say to you guys. Have you ever known people that just say really shady comments? How do you actually respond to that? Because just now, well, not just now actually. What am I saying just now? I was just thinking about it just now. When somebody says something to you, you could be in mid-conversation, and this is somewhat relating to what I just said, right? What I'm about to talk about. You could be mid-conversation just talking about something. So I could be telling somebody, oh, I've been thinking about wearables, smart device wearables, fitness watches and all that. And obviously I used to work in a place where we used to sell that stuff. And I was thinking that maybe I should get, I don't know, this could be me in a conversation with somebody. Maybe I should get this smartwatch because it will really help me when I'm training at the gym, but I'm a bit worried about my data and privacy. And then so we're talking about AI, smart wearables and data and privacy, and they'll interrupt and be like, oh, you work out? But not in but in a way as if to say you don't look like you do. No, that's just an example that I'm making up. But I've just noticed low key that part of my issues in life is I'm used to certain people that just make these shady little comments. And I just thought about it just now, about how I need to figure out a way to respond. So if anybody has any ideas, and these are also the other people I need to weed out. As you guys can see, I'm doing a lot of work progressively in all areas. How do I address those people when they make those comments? What should I actually say in response? Because I usually just wouldn't say anything. But somebody said something to me the other day. Or was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. In a normal conversation. Then I realized that they always do shady little comments like that. Hence why I had to come up with an example. So if anybody can tell me. Because that's just low-key. And also, especially just to say, that wasn't the one that they actually said. I just made that one up. But anyway. I've also had the reverse. Anytime I ever lose weight, recently I've lost weight. A couple of people I've been losing weight ongoingly for over a year. So a couple of times in the last couple of weeks, I've had actual people who are normal be like, wow, you've lost weight. Or ask me if I go to the gym, thinking I actually do. So then when I have the shady people who are like, you look different at the moment. And then then comment. It's just and try and basically kick me down about my appearance because I obviously look better than I was looking, and that's just so rude. Anyway, back to what I was saying. These AI wearables, yeah, you guys know everything happens in my videos. I've thought about them because for those exact reasons I was just saying. I do like to track myself to an extent when I'm exercising, but I haven't bought any of these products because I don't like the idea that they're going to be, I don't know who's keeping the data. I don't know how much data they're using. I know they do this shady thing where a lot of things are already automatically unlocked and you can stop them you can like opt out, but you're like automatically opted in. So that's why even with my phone, it's probably been like over 2 years, I just ignore the phone update, because every time there's a new update, something annoying is happening on my phone. Like all of a sudden, the voice assistant's trying to work again, even though I've switched it off. But I know they're listening to everything anyway, so I know we're done. By the way, this is one of those topics, which is why I say to you guys, we don't live in freedom. Like, we don't live in any kind of freedom. I should have just wore the denim jacket instead, because I'm too hot now. But anyway, this is what I'm talking about when I say we're going to have literally no privacy. Because the other thing is, if you're around other people who just casually do, like the Alexas and all of it, it's like, I don't want to be around that myself. I don't want to be under surveillance, because, yeah, right now it's all like, this is how it's going to help you. This is how they always sell it. This is how it's going to help you. Like, I was looking into all the benefits. And there are some really good ones, like especially with, say, the smart glasses, hence why I wanted to get them. Because you guys know me. I'm not great at I'm not great at filming stuff, okay? And so I was thinking, if I can film what's in front of me, I can be doing my little secretives with you guys, you know how I'd be doing. Not to mention some of the features I've seen on some of the new products that they've got. They've got like reducing the wind in the background, sound, ability to do a whole bunch of things, high quality audio, microphones and stuff like that. So I'm like, this is actually so cool. Just like it would be so cool to actually genuinely track all of the different metrics of my fitness, particularly like just things like my heart rate. I would love to track and things like that. But then I'm like, and who gets this data though? And that's the problem, you see? That's the problem, because it's a two-layered issue. Layer number one is we all know that the whole reason we have a lot of things for free and a lot of all this is being done is there's a lot of data selling going on, like selling of our data and stuff. So anytime you're getting something for free, mate, you are the product. I remember that's what I learned when I was doing my my business urban MBA thing. And so there's already that, which that honestly, if it's like some random person's company, I don't care as much. You know what I mean? Them having access to my data, but then them selling it off, I don't like that. Just like how I don't like here, Crunchyroll, like they're so invasive. That's what I'm saying. They're so aggressively invasive and just dominating these companies. Like they just are greedy, because even Crunchyroll, right? This is why I've been speedrunning Crunchyroll. My favorite anime, well, it's like the Netflix for anime, right? So first of all, next thing, Disney Plus is in my bank statement. And I have a really big issue with that. Because I'm going to have to get rid of Crunchyroll, mate. And I'm being dead ass serious, because the next thing I've seen, it was the Disney Plus on Crunchyroll. It was the Disney Plus buying Crunchyroll, which again, they're going to then, whereas I didn't care to have an account or have my account details, and specific details like my phone number and my email are very, very sensitive data to me, because I don't want anybody to be able to contact me or connect me to anything in any way, shape and form. I don't want to be connected. So that's why I've got literally like 20 emails. And like even phone numbers, I've had multiple phone numbers, and it's like, okay, this is the one that like gets thrown in the bin one day. So it's very hard to try and live freely. These are the things outside of the other things I talk about that stress me out. That stress me out about this world we're living in, because I'm like, I just want privacy. I just want a break. I just don't want somebody always trying to like, you know, like I say, it's just like this, like something's always trying to touch you and take from you always. So now Crunchyroll, the next thing I see, I go onto YouTube, it says YouTube, what is it? YouTube Premium now has One Piece from episode 1. All that tells me is these people, obviously we already know these people are all in cahoots with each other. Why is One Piece on YouTube? Why is One Piece? It's because they're taking control of everything, and they're taking control of our lives. And that's what I'm saying. They'll have all this data, because then the next level is going to go. the government's going to take over, and again, it's going to be for our benefit, right? For our safety. Oh, we're worried about online safety, and you guys have been saying online isn't good for the children, and that it's this and it's that. So in order to make sure everything's safe, and in order for us, because I saw that as well, that's another thing they want to do. They were like, we should have access to the end-to-end encryption messages that you have on social media, end-to-end encryption, which means only you and the person should be able to see it. So that's like what you have on like things like WhatsApp. And because we're complaining, this is one like they always take what we're upset about, and they provide a solution that actually only benefits them in the long run. Because like if they really cared, they would have done something else. So they're like, we're going to start looking, gaining access. The government should gain access to end-to-end encryption messages so we can weed out the weirdos. Okay. That sounds like we're like 3 steps from the mark of the beast, mate. That's what I'm saying. We're like 1 step away. We're like 1 step away, because that's also going to be the way that they're going to gain evidence to hold against people. Because this is what I'm worried about. As somebody who's like not for their agenda, obviously they're going to protect themselves. I'm like, they're going to try and find absolutely anything they could possibly find against me in court one day. Like, that's how I'm thinking about it. That's what I'm thinking about. If people have access to absolutely and like, thank God, obviously, I'm not doing anything weird behind the scenes or anything like that. But if they have all the information and they get to choose which evidence they're going to use, they're obviously going to hide themselves. And if they want to tear somebody down, if it's them, they're going to say it's AI. And if it's us, or they could even make up stuff and adjust things and say, we've had our experts. Like, I'm so worried about the use of technology, guys. This is what I'm trying to say, and stuff like that. And, and so I just feel like they're now trying to get you to want to do everything. Because like this new AI technology, I don't know if you guys have seen, I'm not really into it, but like every now and then I get into it either because of work or because, like I said, there's certain things that I would like to do. This is why I feel like I don't want to do anything. Can you guys kind of see where I'm coming from? Because I feel like whatever I do, there's the negatives outweigh the positives. Like if I now have a pair of, at least for me, I was thinking, if I had smart glasses as they were when I first heard about them, yeah, great. You're just, recording. You have the ability to record video, similar to how the early era of smartphones was good. But now, where it's like you can control everything, everything's electronic. It's like, would you like to be able to like they're looking at the ideas of, for example, connecting home devices, your like say smartware, and being able to say like control with your smart glasses your things in your house. If it's all connected, everything's going to all connect. Your car's going to connect to your wearables, is going to connect to your phone, is going to connect to your house, is going to connect to everything. And then you know what they're going to do? This is how they're going to introduce the mark of the beast, guys. I'm telling you, this is exactly how they're going to do it. They're going to be like, sorry, we've shut everything down. Your car will not move. Your house will not open because I even saw this digital door lock, smart lock. I don't want no Ring camera, no. And again, not against the people who started it. The guy who made Ring, I mean, shout outs to him. He's winning in life. He bought a whole like section of land with all the houses and everything in the area for him and all his people to all move into, which is honestly something I would do. So that's cool. But, all this surveillance, because they're doing this is to be like positive, like now you can see what's happening and for your safety, right? Until they turn the tables on us, and they say, oh, well, actually, sorry, you go home one day, you can't get into your own house with your own digital locks because now they want to do digital front door locks. No, I want to use the key. No, I don't want to have an electric engine. I want to have a motor engine. I want to have a normal motor engine with proper engineering. I want to hear the sound of the car. Like, I hate this stuff. I hate everything I hate it all, right? Because the next thing you're going to do, there'll be someone like me post a video that they don't like.
Thanks for shopping at Sainsbury's today. Exciting Easter plans.
And then it's going to be like, I'll go to open my door. Oh, well, you didn't get the mark of the beast. So unfortunately, since you're... Oh. They're like, sorry, you're not going along with our agenda. So we've decided to to lock your front door until we receive confirmation that you're happy for us to take all of your information. That's what they're going to do. I truly believe that's what they're going to do. They're going to be like, unless you take down the videos, unless you stop saying this. Like, I'm thinking from my standpoint, obviously, because I make the videos I make, right? And for a lot of people, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but it actually is, because then they're just going to use it like, it's literally, they're literally taking control over everything, like every single ounce. Because think about it. It's like, do you want us to like they're looking into the technology of like tracking everything. So like one of the things I could do right now, like I'm in the supermarket, is I could look at a product, see the price, and see if I can get like a better price somewhere else, do price comparisons. You can cook food and see if when you're cooking, they can get step by step on how to cook, or have audio in the things themselves that directs you to where you wanna, to where you wanna where you need to go, so you don't have to touch anything that follow your hand gestures. They can see everything you're eating to track your eating on your behalf, so you don't even have to think about it. It will just tell you. And it all sounds nice, right? Also, it's still turning us into just, deeply lazy people. Let's just talk about that section of it as well. So, and I feel like they're coming up with all this stuff, and they're going to make it seem like, oh, this is so good for you. This is so good for your life. It's going to make everything easier. And all I'm hearing is we're finding more and more ways to take everything, all of your data, and know absolutely everything you're doing at every given moment, your location, where you're going, what you're doing at home, how long you slept, where you were when you're sleeping, how long you were sleeping for. Oh, you're asleep now because your heart rate's usually this when you're asleep. Like they're literally, this is what I'm saying. This is like the deepest form of enslavement that I think has ever existed. Like, because now they can just do whatever they want. They can just turn this off, turn this on. Oh, we didn't like this. So yes, it's just like how, somebody pointed out, Loki, I love this little display. Loki, I love this little display. Look at this. It's cute. Quaker oats, by the way, guys, I hate oats. Oats is one of those foods I hate. I absolutely hate them. No disrespect to people who like them, nothing against them. They're really good for you. I hate them with a passion, and I tried. They're just not my kind of thing. I'm just not a type of person who likes food like that. I'm just not. It's just not the texture, not for me. I think I'm a big texture girly as well. I hate oats. Hate them. And anyway. But that was a cute display. But yeah, next thing you know, we're going to have absolutely everything everything's being promised to us as if it's some positive. Like, yeah, you won't have this and you this and you that. When they said you won't own anything and you'll be happy, they didn't just mean we won't own anything like monetarily. We won't even own ourselves, mate. The rate we're headed. All right, I need to get some Brussels sprouts. If they don't have any Brussels sprouts, I'm going to cry. No, I'm not going to. That'd be dramatic. Okay, here we go. Oh, these look nice and fresh. And that's it. That's all I came here for, and we're gone. Okay. But yeah, so I'm really ticked off about this. Hold on one second. Yeah, so as I was saying, we're literally just one step away, like one tiny step, because of course at first it's all going to be too expensive for everybody, right? Because right now it's all very expensive. Oh my gosh, all of these self-checkouts are closed. That's so freaking annoying. Why are most of them? Anyway, whatever. Anybody got time to be getting annoyed about anything right now? I've got to get myself going. But yeah, does anyone else not think that this is a serious issue? And this is where when everyone's like, oh, but tomorrow's going to be a better day. No, they're not. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. So right now, I'm waiting for the lady to come over. I came in here to get 2 things, and I'm only even in here because it's a freaking period, right? And this thing is like, because they're using the little sensors to do the security in the camera. Hold on. Oh my gosh. So basically, right, this is what happened. So there was a lovely lady behind me anyway. She's just saying sorry because she bumped into me. We're waiting at the first little bit of the checkout. That's for people that have got barely anything. I only came in here for 1 item, or 2 items technically, because I always buy the Brussels sprouts in here because it's the only place I can find Brussels sprouts. Anyway, so I came in here. I didn't need to get them. I actually almost didn't even get them, which makes me feel like I should have just not even bothered to try and get them. But anyways, so I'm waiting at the first little till. And then, the lady behind me, she like bumped into me, and then she was like looking around confused because she's like, why have I not gone to like go to one of the little self-checkouts, because there's like 5 or 6 of them and there's like only 2 people using them. And I was like, oh, the other ones, they're all not being used. So we're waiting for the lady to come over. The lady comes over, she's like, oh, why don't you go over to these ones? So now we have to go over to these other ones. The whole point I'm at the self-checkout is I don't have to talk to anybody. Okay? Now I have to go over to the self-checkout, the other self-checkout, the bigger one, right? And as I'm like scanning my items, bearing in mind, the little thing has like a camera on it that looks at what you're doing, because obviously they're trying to stop people from stealing. So they're spending all this money. So I'm saying about how technology is just so annoying. They're spending all this money to stop people from stealing. So they have these cameras that like watch what you're doing. And basically the camera was like, because the items I'm buying, not that don't really weigh very much and whatever. And it was like, please check whatever, please take out whatever you just put under the thing, blah, 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 blah. And so I did what it said, yada, yada, yada. And then it's like, please wait for a member of staff. Oh, somebody shoot me. Somebody shoots me. Like I was like, man, I loved the days when you just go into the self-checkout, like, who cares, guys? If things were affordable, people wouldn't be stealing. All that money they're putting into all this technology to see what they're doing. And the lady comes over, she goes, what's wrong? I was like, literally nothing. Literally nothing. Nothing. You know what I mean? And so, anyways, it was nice though, because the lady behind me, it was nice to have somebody else to be annoyed about how ridiculous this all was, yeah? Anyway, and do you know who I feel for in these situations? Can I just say this as well? At least for me, you know, I'm younger and I have time. But you know, like the old people, I always think of the old people with a lot of this stuff. I feel sorry for them. Because when they have to go through this stuff, it's overwhelming for them. A lot of them are not very used to like using technology and stuff. So like, I don't want to have to think about them having to deal with this nonsense. They don't understand what's going on the screen. You know what I mean? And especially knowing from like, I always know from, my mum always used to tell me growing up about how when people get older, like doctors, well not doctors, what am I saying doctors for? It'll be like, you know, they usually get plans from like the different healthcare people of like tasks they get given to do to like help them to keep their bodies moving. So it might be things like every other day they'll be given like a simple task to walk to the supermarket and buy 2 items and walk home. And it will take them like, the supermarket could be like 5 minutes from their house. The whole deal will take them about an hour and a half because they'll be walking really slowly because they might have like really bad arthritis or something. And then obviously it's exhausting for them, but the whole idea is you're trying to kind of combat entropy. I'll just put it like that because you guys will know what I'm talking about. And so that will be like their task to do, to try and keep, you know, them in better health, help them to get fresh air, help them to keep moving. So I'm not even so much frustrated as far as myself. Obviously, I can manage myself and whatnot. But I'm also frustrated for like people in those situations that they're going to be more and more screwed. It reminds me like when I went to the airport, not the last time, but the time before. Was it the last time? It was the time that I had the funny black lady behind me who was cussing out everybody. And I get to the airport and they're like, everybody wants you to do the whole, because I like to always print out my boarding pass anyway, okay? Obviously I have the app and all the things. And I knew it was going to be a bad move when they got the app. That's what I'm saying. I'm always seeing things in advance. When I say something, I was all excited, like, oh my gosh, you don't even have to print your boarding passes now. Now you can do everything on your phone. Get to the airport. Oh, our scanning system is down, so we need you to show your details off the whatever. Then we need to now show your details off the whatever, yeah? And then these guys, you had to prove to them that you tried to do it on your phone, but it didn't work. So that's what the whole delay was. And then people who never managed to actually get onto their flights at the end of the day. And if you still had a boarding pass, let's say, it wasn't good enough, like a printed one. The staff, for some reason, were being asked to show that every single person that was trying to check in, right, had done this. This is why I like going out and recording while I'm doing things. Because I was even like, do I need to record again? I've recorded 4 videos already today. I've just uploaded 5. Do we need to? Because I recorded some before work. That's what I'm saying. I've been on it. And then how? I'm glad. This is why I'm so glad that I still do these videos. You know what I mean? When I'm out and about. And so yeah. And so then people missed their flights that day. Did they get reimbursed? No, they didn't. This is the world we're living in, guys. This is what I'm saying. Even at school, yeah, I was having this conversation with my brother. The last time we were doing a lesson, he was explaining how much he hates all the technology at school, which you wouldn't think that for a 16-year-old. People that are the young kids. He hates the technology at school, and he's so glad that, like, thank God for him. This is last, literally, like, just under 3 months of secondary school, and he's going to be done. And I'm so happy for that. That's why I made the extra effort to do lessons, to come do lessons with him. And we're actually doing twice a week now, as per his request. Because I'm like, we need to make sure that you get out at the best possible results, because you don't want to have to think about ever looking back at this nonsense. But yeah, he was complaining, and even I am, because I'd be going to these schools, yeah, or I'd be getting sent stuff from these other jobs, and they're like, their selling point will be, you don't even have to, you don't need, what is it? You don't even have to do your own PowerPoints. They're all using the same one, like, company. Again, who's this company? Why are they doing it? You go on there, they've got pre-made PowerPoints, pre-made worksheets, pre-made everything. So me as a teacher, I just have to stand there and press the right arrow, which is why anybody who actually cares about teaching doesn't want to do it, because it doesn't favor any of us who actually want to do the job well. Only the people who are happy to literally treat it like any other job that doesn't require you to actually have to, like, teach, for example, or whatever. It's just, you just go and stand there, say that you clicked through the 20 slides. As long as you stood there and clicked through the 20 slides and read them, handed out the mark sheets, followed the mark scheme, right? Which, again, the mark schemes don't explain anything. So you don't, again, need any brain cells to mark the work, the exams. That's another gripe I have at the moment, because the mark schemes don't explain anything. Because the kids, again, who are trying to actually do well are, like, doing practice questions, looking at the answer sheet. The answer sheet just has numbers, no explanation. So imagine how many people are marking these people's exams, these poor kids, and they don't even need to understand what they're reading. They're just looking for whatever. So that matters with subjects like maths, by the way, because it matters. It matters because you have to be able to interpret the information that the kids are writing. And sometimes the answer might not look right, but it is right, according to, like, especially with maths, where you can put your answer in different terms, in different ways, yada, yada, yada. We're going to get into that. But can you just see that everything is actually ruined, like in getting ruined? Like, everything is actually ruined. So I'm not in favor. No, I'm not excited about all this AI tech where you're going to be able to do this and do this. It's literally making us more lazy. Literally making us more lazy. And, like, again, in there, right? So in that store, when you leave, again, because of theft, you have to scan your barcode for, like, the little gates to open for you to leave. The number of times I've been standing behind grown adults who can't just line up their damn barcode on the little scanning thing. And I always be like, it's okay, I'll do it, because I'm just like, I never got time for this, right? And we can't even do basic tasks like that. But also, why do we need that? We're prepared to spend all this money on that. How about just bring your prices down? How about you just bring your prices? It's because they know we're going to tolerate it. That's what I'm trying to say. They know we're just going to get on with it. No one's going to do anything about it. But they're going to keep on going, increasing the prices, increasing how much they're watching and looking at absolutely every single detail of our lives, selling it to us like a good idea. Now your stores are more safe. We've installed this to ensure that people are not stealing. Do you know what I find funny? I find funny people who, like, die on the hill for companies that don't give a crap about you. Oh yeah, circling back to the airport thing. This is exactly the same thing I was thinking at the airport. The old people thing. Of, like, imagine you're an old person. It's like we've done now, like with my grandma, my grandparents and stuff will come here, and you go to pick them up at the airport, or you drop them off at the airport, and you make sure that they've got everything. But obviously there's only so much you can do. Obviously at check-in we can still be there and stuff, so that's one thing. But, like, you're trying to simplify their journey. It shouldn't be too difficult. And now what are they supposed to do if, like, say their child or their somebody else had, like, organize everything for them? Like, all you have to do is just, like, use your mobile phone, your fingerprint to unlock your phone and show them the screen, and that's what you have to do, right? Just go on the app, thinking that you're simplifying their life, and then they get there and find themselves in the situation I'm in, and they end up missing their flight, and then they're distressed, and then do they even know how to figure out, you know what I mean? It's just so annoying, like, and just goes to show they really don't really care. Like, they really don't really care, like, at all. They really don't care. All they care about is the money. And then for some reason, these are the people everybody trusts is in. These are the people. So yeah, I've had it so much. I've had enough. Like, I've had enough. Anyway, you guys get the idea. I've had enough with all these businesses. I've had enough of technology. It's going too far. It's gone too far. All this smart device, smartphone, smart whatever. And the other thing, like, actually, you know what? Let's not even go there. To do with the car thing again, as I feel like all we're doing is we're giving them the switch. Everything we're doing is we're giving them the switch. Because then even now, like, you know, the cameras I was saying in there, I was thinking, obviously in a way it's good. It's the same. Oh, perfect example. Flipping 9/11. Oh, the planes crashed because we didn't know people were carrying this. Now we need to check absolutely everything inside all of your bags. Before you get on the flight, we need to know every detail for everybody's safety. Coincidence? Coincidence? I think not. I 100% believe, allegedly, that was just all an ploy, an excuse to find a way to have to know, again, all of our information, what we're bringing. Have you declared this? Have you declared that? Blah, blah, blah. All under the name of safety. And then there'll be us today all in pride, like, oh my gosh, we've moved so far forward. We're so much smarter than people before. Can you believe people getting on planes and we didn't know what was in their bags? Can you believe this? Can you believe that? Can you believe we didn't have this security before? We should have had these cameras before. We should have been able to have all of this before. This is amazing. I can go to the gym and do everything, and I don't even have to check and do any maths myself and calculate how much I've eaten today, because my glasses are going to tell me. And then when it all backfires, oh, we don't know how this happened. These billionaires, these governments. Oh my gosh, how did we get here? I can't believe this. We're in hell. Yeah, the hell we created. The hell we created. Anyway, I've got one more quick stop to do. Then I got to get back to. But yeah, I had to quickly come and tell you guys this because I was just like... And then the fact that the day itself produced its own examples. It's almost as if I'm being guided by the Lord, you know, because isn't that not crazy? Isn't that not crazy? Surveilling literally everything and pitching it to you like, this is going to be such a good idea. I'm sure the cars would have to do that already. Do you want us to track your routes so we can tell you how you can use your fuel more efficient? They'll find a way. They just find a way to be more invasive. Like I said, even just then when I was in the store, my whatever's there, there's a camera there. So what if I now take out my bank card? Can they see my bank details and whatever, what I was wearing, what I was doing? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Especially because it's not going to be fair game, because this is what I don't believe in. I believe in God's way. You know how God only had judges and they were always like God's literal right hand elders that would like Moses, how it started. I trust in that system of people of government. But having a government have access to everything and be the ones with the button, and they're the ones who get to decide what evidence that they share with the public, just like with the Epstein files. Oh, this is redacted for the sake of, see what I'm saying? Oh, this is redacted for the privacy of the victims. But then the only people who seem to be redacted are the freaking other people. Again, they're the ones who get to make the decision. Why do they get to? So I'm saying we're living in slavery. This is why, you guys, I'm crashing out all the time. I hope you can see I'm actually not insane for getting annoyed about everything. I'm actually not, because that's crazy. That's actually crazy. And then they have all the data. So imagine if they want to shut anybody down. The next season of Cancelled Crazy, what is it? The Devil's Warnings, I like to call them. Cancelled Crazy Coffin. The next season of that is we're going to strategically expose data about people that we want to accuse of misinformation or get cancelled or considered crazy for the sake of protecting their agenda. And then we're going to still also have the tools to hide the things we don't want the public to know. This is why I've been talking about Judgment Day, because on Judgment Day, God's going to have everybody's data. Everybody's data is going to be there. And I volunteered as tribute to go first. Anyways, I talk about this at length in my video. I'm talking about how the owner of OnlyFans just died at 43 of cancer. So check that video out where I talk more about the Judgment Day thing. Don't assume that I'm not by any means saying I think I'm going into Judgment Day. It's all going to be clear. I'm saying that I hope I go first so that everybody can just see that how I'm probably even worse than what you think anyway. And whatever. But then see how much worse so many other people were that you just assumed were these perfect little spotless lambs. Because I'm not trying to tell you guys I'm a spotless lamb. Listen, I'm not looking forward to that section of my trial in heaven. I'm not looking forward to it. And that's why I work out my salvation with fear and trembling. And that's why I make these videos and I say all this stuff to you guys, because I'm very much aware that, hey, and this is why I be telling you guys about my everything about, well, not everything, but a lot of things. Because I'm like, listen, let me not have the Lord try and call me out for trying to put out like I was doing a good. Sometimes I am doing good and things are from pure intentions, and they mostly are. But sometimes I also do really dumb things. Sometimes I also make mistakes. Sometimes I'm also very much a human and I do things I shouldn't be doing. So I'm not trying to say, like I said, I'm not trying to say there's nothing bad about me. There's going to be plenty of that. But I volunteered to go first purely just because I want to see it. No one's face is going to drop when that happens for me on Judgment Day, because everybody already assumes the worst. But when you see these leaders and all these things, all these people, and then it's their turn, yeah, I want to be over there sitting on the side with my golden ticket, eating my buttery popcorn, extra butter, while everybody else's drawers are on the floor with all the people you actually trusted. Yeah. Anyways, for life's a game, it's pay to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. I'll see you in my next one.